Greetings, Lumas. This is Matt Harpatrick. Let us begin. Once upon a time, there was an animation studio called Illumination, known to make family movies along with yellow mascots that took over the world than their own masters, along with an anime franchise that just won't end. But that's another story. One day, it made a deal with a video game company to allow them to rejoin the film industry, and that company's name is Nintendo. With their combined forces, their first movie collaboration grew larger throughout the years, and so did both companies. They made a Nintendo-themed land in Universal Studios, and later an anime sequel featuring our beloved red and green plumbers. And so, the next level begins. It's them, Mario and Luigi, and they're back on another adventure, but this time it's considered to be out of this world. When I saw the first Mario Brothers movie, I actually had a blast with this one. Okay, it wasn't really one of the best movies I've seen in 2023, but I do consider it as a fun video game adaptation. I really do enjoy the Easter eggs, the animation is the best out of the Illumination movies, the voice acting is surprisingly good, and it does stay true to the source material. Despite receiving some mixed reviews during this time, the movie still got $1 billion and convinced Illumination and Nintendo to make another Mario movie. This time, they decided to adapt one of the best games from the series, Super Mario Galaxy. I was actually hyped that they decided to jump to this Mario game because it would mean we would meet new characters, iconic worlds we haven't seen yet, or even cohesive storylines from its own source material. So, did it live up to the hype that I was anticipating? Welcome to another episode of The Wonder Reviews. Grab some star bits because it's time to see how super it really is. This is my review of the Super Mario Galaxy movie. In this follow-up, Mario and Luigi, once again played by Chris Pratt and Charlie Day, are adjusting their newfound life as heroes of the Mushroom Kingdom. But when Bowser's son plots to retrieve his dad and apprehends Rosalina, played by Brie Larson, the brothers, along with Peach, Toad, and a new ally named Yoshi, voiced by Donald Glover, go on a journey to save the Cosmic Princess and the entire galaxy. So like its own predecessor, it still stays true to the games and does extend some world building with each place they go to, and once again, part of the film's charms are the Easter eggs that pay tribute to the Mario games and even Nintendo itself. Some are obvious and some of them are really that nostalgic. Another thing that's kinda nice in this follow-up is that it does continue Peach's storyline about where she comes from, which does give some layers to her character. Unfortunately, this is where the good plot points come to an end. And it's the one that many critics couldn't get into. It still has a pacing issue. It rather wants to rush to the next chapter so we can see as many Mario references as possible, like it's under a level time limit or something. In addition, for a movie called The Super Mario Galaxy Movie, it doesn't really feel like a galaxy adventure. Yes, there are some elements from the Galaxy games like exploring some new planets, Rosalina, and using launch stars to jump to their destination. But then all of a sudden, the movie decides to throw in some other Mario adventures like Super Mario Odyssey, Yoshi's Island, or more fittingly, Super Mario 2. It's fine to mention those other games, but the Super Mario Galaxy games are billed as, well, a galactic adventure. Not making a comedy about Yoshi looking after baby Mario and Luigi. There are times though that they do add in some subplots to explain these scenarios, but some of them don't contribute anything to the story, like Bowser becoming a good guy, or Mario confessing his feelings towards Peach. As for the humor, it's a mixed bag. I do remember some funny moments, but there are still some that just fall flat. And even though we just got Mario Galaxy as the second animated Nintendo movie, it's not even hiding that they're trying to make their future films into a cinematic universe. And trust me, I'll talk about one character later. Not a bad idea, but it still feels too early to build a Smash Bros. Saga. Okay, so the plot is already messy, but where do the Mario characters currently stand at this moment? As you would expect, the characters are still the same as they were in the games or in the first movie. But the problem is that some of them don't have any new development to show how much they've grown since last time. The one thing I give most of them credit is that the acting is amazing, and you can tell they wanted to stay true to these beloved characters. Let's start things off with the stars of the movie, Mario and Luigi. Unlike last time, they actually stick together as a team throughout the film, which to be fair, is a good update from last time. But as characters, there's nothing new or important we should know about them in this sequel. You got Luigi, who is the timid yet courageous brother, and Mario is the good-hearted hero that has feelings for Princess Peach. There's also their new friend Yoshi, who is the cute dinosaur, and he just tags along for the journey. That's all there is to him. Toad is the helpful mushroom person, Kamek is Bowser's evil magician, and Wart is one of the evil enemies alongside his helpers, Birdo and Mouser. The only character that gains some depth is Princess Peach. As previously stated, the sequel picks up where her backstory left off, and she's eager to rescue Rosalina because they may have some sort of connection. Without spoiling anything, I was more confused and conflicted on what direction they were going for. I guess it's supposed to be a reference to the original Galaxy Games theory, but even at that, I don't really see that kind of powerful connection. There is also Fox McCloud, a Han Solo type helper who aids the heroes by giving them a ride on the ship. He acts more like a special guest since he's from another Nintendo game, Star Fox, and as someone who had never played or done a barrel roll in his games, I still don't know him very well. Though to be fair, I was relieved they didn't force a love triangle on him involving Peach, so I'll give the movie a few points for that. If I had to pick the best characters in the movie, I gotta go with the villains, Bowser and Bowser Jr. Although the side plot on Good Bowser isn't really great, his relationship with his son are easily the best moments from him. It clearly shows he really loves his son and how evil he is, and it motivates him on continuing his goal on world domination. Speaking of Junior, he's surprisingly an imitating villain in this version. He really looks up to his evil dad and did everything he could to turn their dream of taking over the universe into a reality. With his gigantic fortress and magical paintbrush, he'll do whatever it takes to finish what his papa started and rule the galaxy together. And Jack Black and Benny Sadi really helps the chemistry to turn these two chill monsters as the vile father and son team. And last but not least, there's the cosmic princess, Rosalina. Like the rest of the characters, the sequel did a great job portraying the majestic watcher of the cosmos. She's one of the most powerful Mario allies and also a loving mother to her children, the Luma Stars. Oh, and by the way, Rosalina is my favorite Mario princess. So of course I was excited to see her in this movie. But the downside to this is that she doesn't really appear a lot in this movie because she's given the Luigi treatment as the damsel in distress, which in truth feels unnecessary and really not fair. But what's disappointing on my end, they didn't adapt her own backstory from the games. In the Galaxy games, they explain how she met the Lumas and she went on a journey to find their parents throughout the galaxy. She wanted to help them because she lost her family a long time ago and has been lonely ever since. So she decided to become an adopted mother to the stars to build a new home and family. Arguably, one of the most emotional Mario moments, and they throw away that opportunity to focus more on Peach than to share it with Rosalina. This is like if you brought Shadow for Sonic 3, but not adapt his origin story to explain the parallels between him and Sonic, alongside the meaning of family love. In case you haven't played Super Mario Galaxy, no, Rosalina was never captured in her first game appearance. That role was still given to Peach. The only time when Rosalina does get in danger is in the later games like the Rabbit crossovers. So the reason why Rosalina doesn't deserve to get kidnapped in this movie is because this happened way too early in her first movie appearance. Okay, I'm done with my justice for Rosalina moment for now. Let's try to get back to some positivity. The one thing that remains the same as the first movie is the animation, and it's even bigger and spectacular. If there is one anime franchise that has the best animation from Illumination, it would be Super Mario. Like the worlds and characters, it remains true to the levels, enemies, and allies they are based on. While we do revisit some familiar places like the Mushroom Kingdom, the background still sends us to new places like Rosalina's Observatory, the Sand Kingdom, Honey Dive Galaxy, an airline place called Gateway Galaxy, and especially Bowser Jr.'s gigantic fortress filled with lava and amusement park attractions. But my personal favorite area in the movie is the casino place, where there's zero gravity in every side of the wall or carpet, like the whole place is shaped like a cube. As for the character designs, they all look like the same lovable characters we remember from the games, both past and present. We not only got some new creatures that got their film debut, but additional power-ups with some unbelievable visuals like animal costumes, Rosalina's magic wand, and some danger creations from Bowser Jr.'s paintbrush. Plus, the character animation does continue to make the characters move like their video game counterparts. Not just the Mario Brothers jumping and running, but with Yoshi's tongue snatching or with Peach's flowing parasol. The action scenes are the best parts of the movie, showing off some awesome magic powers and providing some dangerous perils like some obstacle courses, a dinosaur, or a dragon. If there is one thing that the sequel's production did better than its own predecessor, is that it didn't use any non-Nintendo license albums. The main music is, and always has been, the cinematic remixes of the Mario soundtrack. And like last time, they captured the beauty and tone of the film's narrative and quality. So, like the sequel, my thoughts on this right now are still pretty much all over the place. There are some things I like, some I didn't like, and some I would like to update the movie to fix a couple of things. But as I narrow it down on where do I stand with this sequel, I say it's a decent adaptation. The Super Mario Galaxy movie is not a spectacular sequel, but it's not all that terrible either. It still continues to capture the spirit of the games, the characters are likable with some solid voice acting, and the animation is always wonderful, but it still has some problems like a disjointed story and some characters either underdeveloped or wasted. Like the first movie, this sequel is dedicated to people who love the Mario games, so they will be the ones that will definitely have a blast with it. The rest can just wait until they can rent it. There was a lot of hype to this, but I still suggest you should lower your expectations on this. Was I expecting this to be one of the best anime movies of the year? Not really. It's a major disappointment, not even by Space Jam New Legacy levels. It's just that it should have gone to the same direction as the Sonic movies have been doing. But at the end of the day, I don't regret seeing this or how it turns out in the end because I still remember having a fun time with this one either way. As for this Mario sequel, I decided to give Galaxy a B-. Not a major improvement to the first movie, but still acceptable. I'm Mad Hatter Patrick. Now if you excuse me, I'm going to Mayor Pauline's music concert. Thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed this, check out these other videos, or feel free to like, comment, and subscribe for more upcoming reviews and other projects. I'll see you soon.